Is a $200,000 profit from selling your property enough for your next home purchase? Or could you be in for a shock? You see, $200,000 may sound like a substantial profit, but in reality, you may be left with almost zero cash after selling. In this video, we'll discuss the critical expenses that could eat into that $200,000 faster than you can say, dream home. Stick around as we delve deeper into the numbers, strategies, and stories that will ensure your next real estate adventure is a success. If you stay until the end, I'll be sharing the critical tips to maximize your profit when selling your property. Cue intro. Welcome back. We've all seen the property ads. Make six-figure profits in 3 to 5 years safely with my 5, 7, 9 step XYZ framework. Well, what if that profit is only $100,000 to $200,000? Or worse, what if it's a loss? Can you still afford to upgrade to a bigger house with such little profits? So, without wasting any time, let's go straight into the financials of a property that has made $200,000 in profits based on their purchase versus selling price. So, why $200,000 profit is not enough for your next house purchase? Let's go straight to the figures. Now, this transaction that we are doing right now is a review of Watertown. So, Watertown is a condominium above Waterway Point, integrated project, biggest development in District 19 Punggol. Okay, wonderful, beautiful place because I happen to stay in Punggol. Thank you very much. Okay, so the sales transaction for this unit itself bought on 9 April 2012, holding period 11 years, purchase price 1.108 million, sold for 1.308. All right, so profit is exactly close to $200,000. Wow, well done. Okay, but maybe not so well done. Let's go next. Okay, as you can see, we are doing some assumptions because we do not know exactly how much they use for their CPF payments. Okay, but based on the typical buyer that HDB upgrader, we are looking at 5% cash deposit for a condominium, 15% CPF. So cash deposit 55K, CPF 15% will be 166K. Buyer's stamp duty itself 27,000. Legal fee 2,005. As usual, we always use CPF most of the time. 80% loan at 2% interest. Now, why am I using 2% interest? Because the fact that we are looking at 11 years ago interest, which is 1/%. So 2%, we are 2% still quite average lah. Okay, so let's use that. Okay, now outstanding loan. Before I go into that, just take note the total CPF used before they actually start accumulating interest is $200,000. All right, so outstanding loan after 11 years, we project it to be about 603,000. Total CPF used actually is higher than the outstanding loan, is 636,000. Later I show you how we get that figure. Okay, don't kanchong. Now, CPF accrued interest over the 11 years is actually 115K. Now, how did I get this total CPF use? Basically, what I'm expecting is that most buyers will actually use their CPF ordinary account contributions to actually pay off the installment and keep the cash from themselves. I would say majority of the buyers will use that because they feel that, CPF, I'm already getting deducted all my percentage, might as well I use it to pay for my house. So this is typical buyers. All right. Legal fee 2005, agent commission plus GST, I would say 2% plus GST. Now, please don't send me comments is saying that 2%, there's 1% agents out there. I will do another video on the 1% agent. Okay, there are a lot of things that you don't know, but that's a topic for another day. Now, cash proceeds after I deduct all these things from the profit, from the selling price of 1.308, you will have 37,000. Now compare 37,000 to the 199,000. Where did all the cash profits go? Basically CPF. accrued interest because it's already 115K, right? Now, let's go on to this is an example of an actual unit that I transacted itself, all right? If you look at the CPF refund, now for this one, even though the purchase price is 977K, initial CPF use is still the same as the previous example, 200,000. But because we have been using monthly installment, this is a new launch, monthly installment fully paid using CPF from the progressive payment until the day that they sell, about 2,008 per month. In the tail end, after the interest increase, it became almost 3,200 per month. But this couple only hold it for 7 years. So the CPF actual refund from the lawyer was 464K. Very, very near to our 600 over K, because you imagine there's another 5 more years of accrued interest. All right. But the benefit is that these sellers itself, they sold at 1.45 million. So 977, almost $1 million, they sell 1.45. Of course, they what lah, all right. So that their cash profits is about $322,000. Very, very good. Okay. Now, I want to come to you. What are the tips? The main gist of this video, the tip. Tip number 1, watch your purchase price. Tolong, everybody. Now, if you see this example over here, the property that had $200,000 gain, if you look at it, it's actually because they bought at $1,373 per square feet. If you compare to a smaller unit, that is the one on top, 560 square feet, all right, but because they bought at 1,110 per square feet 2 months earlier at launch time, they actually make more money. So it's so stupid, right? More money is being made, even though we know for a fact that 1 bedroom per square feet should be higher than a 2 bedroom. All right. So tip number 1, watch your purchase price. Your agent should be able to advise you whether you're buying high or not. Okay, let's go to tip number 2. Now, tip number 2. If you look at this, bigger is almost always better. Now, I give a disclaimer. Okay, you must select the right project. You try to go big in certain areas like Central Business District, you're asking for trouble most of the time. Okay, but certain development, certain area neighborhood, you should be looking at bigger, because if you look at this, what is the profit? Same project, okay, their purchase price is 1,007 per square feet, but because it's 1,173 square feet, okay, their profit is $718,000. Wow, you buy one BMW 5 Series, you still got balance money. Okay, good. What? Okay, tip number 2, bigger is almost always better, right? Tip number 3, let's go and see this. This is the actual figure that I promised you. Now, if you look at year 5, all right, you can see that your total CPF use, it's about, for the same $200,000, it's about 381K. All right. If you look at year 7, which is about 462K, which is quite similar to our just now the example, and year 11 is 600 over $1,000. So this one is a compound interest calculator. We didn't manufacture the figures. So if you really use so much CPF, please sell as early as possible, because the accrued interest will eat into your cash profits. Of course, CPF is still your money. I'm not against it. I love CPF. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for more cash profits, sometimes selling earlier is better than later. All right. Now, tip number 4. I want you to save money. Now, the whole point of using CPF to pay off your installments is so that you have more cash on hand. But that cash, sorry to say this, shouldn't go to a brand new Rolex Daytona, shouldn't go to a new BMW, but it should be actually put aside in cash savings inside a bank, and so that you have funds for a rainy day, buy your next house, okay, or pay for your next deposit. And the thing is this, if you look at my, this is the current what we did for renovations just a couple of months ago. Now look at this price, okay, 4 room flat, okay, 4 room flat, never even hack the flooring, already cost you $62,000 in 2023. That is the power of inflation, okay, everybody. Now it's not cheap, renovations go up. I'm sure you have actually felt the price of inflation. That is why I say you have to treat your property as a savings plan. Use your CPF by all means, but try to pay it off as soon as possible and accumulate that cash savings. All right. With that, we come to the end of the video. If you like to support this channel, do remember to click on the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video coming up soon. Take care. Bye.